Howdy citizens! In this video, I will discuss cave exploring, hand mining, and possible profits from this activity. Stick around to see if this game loop is something that will fit your playstyle and see if it's worth your time. Before we get started, there's a few essentials we will need for our spelunking adventures. Some of these things will be optional, but it makes the journey slightly easier and more fun for me. I recommend a Cutlass Black or a similar ship that can carry a vehicle. You're going to want to purchase or rent a ground vehicle. I recommend a Cyclone. I'll explain what for later. Next, you're going to want to equip yourself for the mission. You will need an armor suit, preferably one that holds a heavy backpack, a weapon of your choice, a multi-tool with the mining attachment, and some oxypens. You may take some med pens if you feel you will need them. Don't forget your ammo. Last thing you will need, although it is completely optional, are some containers. These can be purchased on the cargo center of some stations. Put these containers in your ship's inventory. Consider bringing some flares too, again, completely optional, and I'll explain what for later. Alternatively, you can do the SCU crate trick and spawn a 1 SCU crate. This is the only one that will fit on the Cyclone, as the 2 SCU is simply too wide to fit. If you opt to choose this option, make sure to bring along a tractor beam attachment for your multi-tool in order to drag the crate along. Now that you got all of that out of the way, you are ready to head out. Go to either Hearthstone or Crusader. Open up your mobi-glass, go to the Contracts tab, under Bounty Hunting, read carefully. You are looking for a mission description that contains the word cave, stating that the targets are in it. These missions are usually named Entrenched or Illegal Occupants. Once you have accepted the mission, head to any of the planetary stations in the planet containing the mission. These will be Daymar for Crusader and Aberdeen for Hearthstone. Once here, head to the Platinum Base Station and call in your Cyclone. The reason why I recommended the Cyclone is because you can place your containers in the back and transport them easier to the cave. Same applies for the 1 SCU crate. Now set a course to the cave. Once you have arrived, pick a spot to land. Turn off the engines, place your containers on the back of the Cyclone, and make your way to the cave. You will want to clear all the hostiles present in the cave before you begin mining. A good thing to note is that these enemies carry gems as well, so feel free to loot them as you dispose of their bodies. Once the cave is clear of enemies and you have familiarized yourself with the cave layout, you can begin to mine the nodes. Fill up your backpack and transfer your gems to the container so that you can return to mining. Rinse and repeat this process until you are satisfied with your haul. Having a friend or a group will be greatly beneficial to your time efficiency. Remember those flares I mentioned? Well, this is where they come in handy. You can place them next to the gem nodes you find as beacons or markers so that you don't lose track as you explore each section of the cave. Be mindful though, they will expire and disappear after a certain amount of time. While in the cave, your oxygen will deplete over time. In order to avoid interruptions and having to return to the ship, we will use those oxypens we bought earlier. Another point for time efficiency. Once you have filled your containers or you had your fill of fun, put the containers or crate back on the Cyclone, head back to your ship, and go to your station of choice. Transfer your containers to the local inventory. This will save your haul if you suffer any issues like a game crash or a server disconnect. Trust me, I had it happen to me as I landed on Everest Harbor after 2 hours of mining and losing all progress. Now comes the mega fun part. Open the containers or crate and transfer your gems one by one into the local inventory. Next, head over to the admin console and sell your haul. Now let's break down what we got and to give you my opinion. It took me 2 hours solo to fill 2 containers. These 2 boxes full of Hadonite and Dolomite net me around 90,000 aUEC, basically 45,000 aUEC per hour. If you add the 25,000 from the mission reward, we're looking at 70,000 aUEC per hour potentially. If you have someone to do this with, it can definitely be a lot more faster. Now, there are a lot more gameplay loops out there that can net you a lot more aUEC per hour, but if you're looking for a fun activity to do solo or with friends, I recommend that you try this one out. The downside with this is that if you get disconnected or your game crashes, as with everything else, you will lose all of the progress and it can set you back hours. So be mindful and think about if you're willing to risk losing precious time. That is all I have for you in this video. If you enjoyed the content and wish to see more, don't forget to hit the like button for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to receive notifications. See you in the verse, and thanks for watching.